Hey guys, so this is the first installment of a series I'll be doing about coping skills. And what you're looking at right now is my wellness binder. And I'm going to flip through it a little bit and show you a little bit of what I have inside of it. And a wellness binder is a really good coping mechanism because it gives you the opportunity to flip through to the emotion or the feeling that you might be having in the moment, and it kind of grounds you and gives you some helpful coping skills. So I will go ahead and show you what I have in mine. So when I open mine up, I just have a nice picture that I colored here. I have a pamphlet for NAMI, for the county that I'm in. Just about explaining a little bit about mental illness. And the first thing in my binder is my RAT plan, which is a wellness recovery action plan. And you can probably find templates for this online. Everything in this binder is comprised of handouts that I got while I was in the IOP program the last time. But any of these handouts or similar ones, I'm sure can be found online. You can kind of make it your own and print out what pertains to you. So what the Wellness Recovery Action Plan is basically it goes through coping skills that you have in your wellness toolbox, some triggers you might have, some warning signs that you're not doing too well, some things that you have to do every day, what you're like when you're well, what you're like when you're sick. And then it has a psychiatric advance directive, which basically goes through different people and what you would want them to do for you in a time of crisis, what hospitals you want to be in, etc., etc. So that is the first section of my binder. The second section deals with stress and anxiety. And I just have some really helpful handouts, again, that obviously deal with stress and anxiety. And you can put whatever you want in here. If anxiety is something that you're dealing with, this is a really good section to have. I have different techniques in here for dealing with anxiety and stress, and different coping mechanisms and things like that I can just flip to and kind of choose one in the moment. The second section I have is positive thinking and affirmations, and I'll probably do another video just about affirmations because they are really helpful. They are positive statements that you can say to yourself and kind of put around the house on sticky notes or hang them on your fridge, whatever you want to do. And these are just some of the ones that are in here. And you can kind of pick your favorite for the day and go by that one and repeat it to yourself throughout the day at certain times. I also have self-esteem in this section, as well as healthy thinking habits and things like that. Again, you can probably print these, like this one is from Mayo Clinic. You can probably print these on your own. Just Google anxiety handouts or positive thinking handouts, and you can kind of put this together on your own. So that is the section on stress and anxiety. The next section I have is on relationships, and in here I have things such as characteristics of healthy relationships, communication, how to build a support system, and boundaries, which I'm also going to be doing a separate video on because it's very, very important for your mental health to have boundaries in place when it comes to other people. And basically all kinds of communication techniques that help you build healthy relationships. So, whoops. The next section is anger. And, of course, I have handouts dealing with anger. This is just a little quiz to see how you have to deal with, or not how you have to deal with your anger, but how anger kind of impacts your life and things that you can do about it, different coping mechanisms, and that kind of thing. My next section is on problem solving and how to deal with problems when they come up in your life, how to avoid triggers when is possible, and different techniques for observing your problems in a different way. What's called the helicopter view, as well as STOP, STOPP, rumination and worry, etc., etc. And then this is a section on self-esteem. And, if you're feeling low that day, you can kind of flip through this section of the binder and read a little bit about how you can increase your self-esteem. These are some questions that you can ask yourself in order to boost your self-esteem. And so, that is that section. I'm not going to flip through every handout in every section. I'm just giving you an idea. This section is the wrap section. And again, I have my wrap plan in the beginning. But these handouts kind of give you a template of the kinds of things that you can write down in your wrap plan. And things like that. This is more stuff that was gone over in group, so this is not a section that you have to necessarily include in your binder. My camera doesn't want to focus. Focus! Okay. Well, anyway. Then I have an etc. or miscellaneous section. And this is where I have... There we go. This is where I have... just things that don't necessarily fit into any of the categories that I have set out. So that is my etc. section. And then one of the most important parts of the wellness binder is this. This is my resources section. And what this has is different support groups that are in the area. The locations, days of the week that they have meetings, their phone numbers. This is for a peer warm line, which is kind of like a hotline, but it's more not necessarily for crisis, but just to have somebody to talk to. And again, just different programs in the area that are available at no cost that I can always go to and be able to speak with people who understand me. So I feel like this is a really important section to have in your wellness binder, because if you're feeling particularly unwell a certain day and you need to find a group meeting or you need somebody to talk to, it's great to be able to just flip to this section and kind of see what your options are for that day. If there's any meetings in your area, support groups, things like that. And then at the end, I have this notebook, which I pretty much use as a journal as far as things that are in this book, different feelings that I'm having. It's not a journal in that there's dated entries about what went on with my day. It's just kind of free-flowing thought process, kind of, it's just kind of a little bit more free-flowing and just following your train of thought as far as that goes, just to kind of purge and get it out of your system. And it really helps sometimes to come to different conclusions or kind of ground you and bring you back down to earth as far as whatever symptom you might be experiencing. And then at the end, I just have some more coloring pages that you can print your own online. These are from Leonie Dawson, if you've ever heard of her. She has some free coloring printouts on her website. But you can put anything in there. If coloring's not your thing, you can put word searches or something that is just calming, that will kind of help you out. So this is my wellness binder, and I hope that this is helpful to some of you. It's the front of mine, and then the back I have this really cute story about your self-worth. And again, you can put anything you want in here, anything that is helpful. Phone numbers of family and friends might be something that's helpful to you. Different categories. If, the ones I have aren't things that you deal with, then you just put things that relate to you. And it's really great to be able to just grab it and read and develop and use some of the coping skills that you've kind of collected. So, again, I hope this was helpful, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.